Hello friends, today I want to talk to you about my experience on an antidepressant called Escitalopram. This is the generic name for it. I know in the US they call it Lexapro, and here in Europe, in Belgium to be more precise, they call it Cipralexa. I made another video about the going in the antidepressant, so the adaptation period. You can check that video on the link below. But for now, I want to talk about my 2.5 year experience while I was on this cure, so to speak. I took it because I had a burnout a bit more than 2.5 years ago, and after which I got really depressed with suicidal thoughts. And this happened because I came from Portugal to Belgium because of a guy who I had a 6-month relationship with, a long-distance relationship with. I would come here, he would go to Portugal, and everything was perfect. He appeared to be the man of my dreams. Little did I know he had narcissistic personality disorder. When I came to Brussels to live with him, it was because basically I had nothing to lose. My life in Portugal was financially doing not so good. I'm a writer, and there the crisis was really depressing me. So I thought, okay, I have nothing to lose. I will go and live with him anyway. He's the love of my life, and I'm super in love, so why not give it a try? So I came to live with him, and it didn't take too long until he revealed to be a narcissist with a bit of also psychopathic traits, just to make it more interesting, just sprinkling it on the top. It's funny now, but it's not funny. I guess you can laugh about things a couple of years later. That's good. I think that's healthy. So I got a new job when I came also to Brussels, and I hated that job, but I had no choice because my financial life was still a bit shit. In the meantime, my relationship was going really bad, and it just got to the point where he kicked me out of the house, and I had no place to live. I was basically sleeping in an air mattress in a house of a girl that I knew, and we eventually became friends, but at the time we were not friends, and so I had no house, I had a shitty job, I had no friends, and I was having money problems. It was too late to go back to Portugal at that point. I didn't want to go back. I have problems with my family. My family is also narcissistically abusive, so I also wanted to make that change. And the economical situation in Portugal was just too depressive for me to go back. So I told myself there's no fucking way I'm going back. I will stay in Brussels. So I tried really hard to go through the situation just with the resources that I had at the moment. I had my therapist, and I knew a little bit about meditation, but not enough. So I didn't have enough tools. Still, I tried really hard, but after 7 months, I completely crashed. I had a burnout, and then I had a depression, a crippling depression with suicidal thoughts. I started on Escitalopram, and I can say that I got better, but I cannot say that I got better because of it. Because I got better, but also the life circumstances at that time got really better. So my contract ended in this shitty job, and although I had nowhere to go to, I also didn't have a place to go to where I was treated like shit every day, and I had to do things that I hated every day. That's also a very positive thing for your brain. If you spend your day inputting negative things into your brain and doing things that you hate, of course you're gonna get depressed. I don't know if you guys know, all of you, but Belgium has 2 languages, actually has 3 languages. French, Flemish, which is Dutch, and also German. But let's forget about the German because no one really here knows where they are or where they live or who they are. So sorry. If you're German and you're listening to this, I'm really sorry. But in Belgium, no one ever talks about the German part of Belgium. So anyway, here to get a better job in Belgium, it's really advisable that you start learning Dutch. So I went on this Dutch course, this intensive Dutch course, and I'm really good at languages, and so it was really nice to finally go somewhere every day where people were respecting me, people were treating me well, and I was doing something that I liked, and I was also being praised for that because I'm quite good at it. I also practiced meditation, NLP, read and watched a lot of material about psychology, books, videos, etc. And then I stopped having the suicidal thoughts. So it was the conjugation of all those things. So I cannot say it was for sure the Escitalopram that helped me. I don't know. And honestly, there's independent studies, as I also mentioned in my other videos, there's independent studies that show that compared to the placebo, which is nothing, we cannot really say if these category of antidepressants really work or not. I put the link for the study below also, so you can watch that. Maybe it was a combination of everything. That's the most likely. I will probably never know. All I do know is during my experience, I had some side effects. I talked about my video, getting on antidepressants, what to expect, about the short-term side effects, so the adaptation side effects that you will have if you take this kind of medication. But on the long term, I can also talk about some symptoms that I have. Of course, you can have a whole range of symptoms, and I think I had much more, but I will stick to the ones that I know for sure that are related to the substance. This is because it's a psychological drug, so it's a mind-altering drug. So the imagination plays a big role, and people's personality also plays a big role. So these are the effects that I know for sure are caused by this substance. So the first one is the night sweats. I would wake up in the morning literally covered in sweat. It was pretty gross, especially in the first month, a couple of months, or maybe in the first 6 months. It also happened towards the end, but yeah, much more at the beginning. The second thing, which was really interesting, and I actually think at some level it was beneficial for me, it was really intense and vivid dreams. So I'm a person who dreams once in a while. I have dreams here and there because I have a really intense past. Sometimes those dreams are revealing, but on Escitalopram, I was dreaming every day, and really intense dreams, whole stories, like whole narratives, and they mostly included my family or my ex. So what I did, and what I recommend you to do if you have this experience, is that if you have the time, and I really recommend that if you don't have the time, make the time for it, because it's really interesting. Wake up in the morning, and the first thing that you do in the morning is write those dreams down. It has to be the first thing in the morning, because that's when your unconscious is still very, very open. So you still don't have the restrictions of your ego that you get during the day. So in the morning you should do that. And what's going to happen is that as you write those dreams, you're going to also process them, and you're going to also think and reflect upon what is it that those dreams mean to you. Because in psychology, I think it's commonly known that, it is commonly known that the dreams normally, they mean what they mean to you as a person. We tend to believe that the dreams have this mystical meaning or this fortune-telling meaning, and that can be true, I don't know, but normally dreams, they can have a collective meaning. That's one possibility as well. So, we are a collective as a human being, and of course we have collective symbols that we all share. But most of the time, if, for example, you dream of a river, you're gonna dream about the meaning that the river has to you, and about what the river means as your future, in this shamanic way. Normally, that's not the case. So write about it, process it, and you're gonna see that you're gonna process a lot of things there. As you write, you're gonna experience all these emotions, and it's also good to list your emotions and to spread them out, and to really look at it, and to really look at yourself while you're putting yourself on paper. So this is a good thing. The third side effect that I experienced, and this is very commonly known in the people that take this substance, is brain zaps. So brain zaps are hard to explain to people who have never taken a escitalopram. Brain zaps are electric shocks at the level of the head. Not painful at all, but they come down in your body, and they kind of make you feel like you're having some kind of electric shock. They're a bit disorienting. Personally, I don't find them bad. I really don't care about them. I think there's worse things. But yeah, so you should definitely expect that. I had it more when I would wake up too late, like I slept too much, or when I would take my pill too late, because I would take it in the morning. The last side effect that I want to talk about, and this is the big reason why I'm coming off the drug now. I'm now tapering off this substance, and you can see it on my videos coming off antidepressants, I do a week-by-week follow-up about the main symptoms and what to expect and how to deal with them when you're coming off antidepressants. So the main symptom that I've experienced that is very hard to me, because I'm a writer, is the decrease in creativity. And I wasn't sure if it was just me, but I made some research and I read about it, and there's definitely a lot of writers and other artists that talk about this. I could write, but I couldn't go beyond the point of just simply writing in a very normal way. So it's as if I couldn't access all the points and all the parts of my imagination and my brain that I wanted to access, that I could access before. Yeah, that was hard, because I used to write fiction. And for 2.5 years, I didn't write fiction. I journaled a lot. I expressed my emotions a lot. That's true. And it helped me to put my emotions in order. But I didn't write fiction. I didn't write a lot of poetry, because I had that blockage missing. So now I want to start doing that. And yeah, that's definitely something that happened to me. So if you are thinking of starting an antidepressant, think about these side effects. Also watch my other videos where I talk about the Escitalopram. And if you have any questions, please put it on the comments below, or you can contact me directly. I'll be happy to help. I hope it goes well for you, and I hope you go through this happily and calmly. And it's just consider the fact that beating depression is not just about one pill. It's about a whole range of things. It's about changing your whole life. And I think that's what modern society tries to sell to us. It's like, it doesn't matter if you have a shitty job, it doesn't matter if you hate your life or your friends or your boyfriend or your girlfriend, but if you take this pill, everything will be okay. And that's totally false. That's really false. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.